Hey guys, HTV here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon discussion video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at who is the strongest new Alolan form in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. If you are enjoying this kind of series, I do have a couple other videos going over different types and the strongest legendary, the strongest ultra beast, stuff like that. So, if you are enjoying the series, then I do recommend checking them out. I do really appreciate it. But like today, I said we're going over the Alolan form. Now, Alolan form are kind of just like just a celebration really of Pokemon in general. Just the fact that they're like, hey, we're still here. It's been 20 years. We ain't going anywhere. So it's nice to see some obviously new Pokemon, but just the nostalgia of the old forms, such as like Alolan Raichu is based off of Raichu and Alolan Marowak is based off Marowak. It's just nice to see the nostalgia in the new games, and they're just fresh and they're new, and I just love everything about it. It was such a good idea to include in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and so Nintendo do deserve a pat on the back. But of course we will be going over the stats, whether they have a dual typing, the abilities, the move pool, what they're strong and weak against, just to try and create a better idea of who is the best new Alolan form in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. So with introductions out of the way, I do hope you enjoy the video, and let's get started. Okay, so coming up first, we have Alolan Raichu, who is, obviously the evolution of the normal Pikachu, who is a dual typing of Electric and Psychic with the ability Surge Surfer. Surge Surfer is super helpful because it doubles Alolan Raichu's speed in electric terrain, which is obviously very handy in the competitive scene. It's super clutch being able to double your speed just like that. This Pokemon can also learn electric terrain as well, so you can set him up. It can set itself up in singles to have that kind of thing going for him. He also does get its own personal Z move, which is really cool. And yeah, being a dual typing of electric and psychic means that he is weak to ground, dark, ghost, and bug. However, he does resist electric, fighting, flying, psychic, and steel. He does have a stat total of 485. Nice balanced stats here. We've got 60 HP, 85 physical attack, 50 physical defense, 95 special attack, 85 special defense, and 110 speed. So quite a fast mixed attacking Pokemon. Only 10-point difference in the attack and special attack. Obviously, we have already gone over Alolan Raichu a few times now, so this won't be a very long one. Just kind of a recap of what it's got going for him. Obviously, he does evolve from a Thunderstone, so he's not going to learn loads of new moves, but he does get like Psychic, Thunderbolt, some powerful hard-hitting stab moves. Also gets a lot of egg moves as well. Gets Fake Out, which is really clutch. Gets Disarming Voice. Gets Thunder Punch. Gets Wish. Lucky Chant. Some really cool moves there. Looking at the TMs, it gets a Psy Shock, Thunderbolt, Thunder obviously, gets Psychic again, Brick Break, Echoed Voice, Focus Blast, Charge Beam, Volt Switch for Switch Initiative is really nice, Thunder Wave, Crippling, Grass Knot, Wild Charge. Obviously, like I said, this can be a physical or a special attacking Pokemon, so you can really run anything on this Pokemon. But no, if you can somehow set up an electric terrain, and yeah, you'll be fine, because you can just hit things very, very hard. But that is Alolan Raichu. Next we have Alolan Persian, which is when I first saw the design of this thing, I think I can vouch for everyone when we say we weren't really too happy with this thing. I mean, its face is, it's something else. It's just so round, and I don't know. I just think that they really messed up with Alolan Persian. But this Pokemon is just a single type dark Pokemon with the abilities Fur Coat, Technician, and Rattled. Fur Coat reduces damage taken from physical attacks by 50%, so that's actually really, really clutch. I mean, Alolan Persian looks silly, but people, when you're rocking abilities like that, I mean, you stay away from my cat, you know what I mean? Also has Technician, which increases the power of moves that are usually base power 60 or below by 50%, so that's also an incredible ability. And his last one is Rattled. When a Pokemon with Rattled is hit by a bug, ghost, or dark type, its speed is raised one stage, so that's still a nice ability, but I think Fur Coat and Technician are still going to be something we want to be getting involved with. This Pokemon obviously is just a dark type, so it's immune to Psychic, resists Ghost and Dark, but is weak to Fighting, Bug, and Fury, having a stat total of 440 with 65 HP, 60 physical attack, 60 physical defense, 75 special attack, 65 special defense, and 115 speed. So, I mean, both attacks on this Pokemon are quite poor, but obviously it does have Technician, so that does help out a lot. But I guess special attack is this Pokemon's best bet. It does evolve through Happiness in Alola, so that's always something nice, I guess. The moves that it learns from level up are things like Play Rough, which is nice, gets Fake Out, Fury Swipes, Power Gem, Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Night Slash, quite a lot of stab moves, which is really nice to have. This Pokemon gets Swift when it evolves. I don't know why I was finding that difficult. Through egg moves, it gets things like Foul Play, which is really nice. Gets Parting Shot, Punishment, gets Assist as well. The TMs that this Pokemon learns are really nice as well. It gets quite a variety of move pools, quite a variety of moves. It gets Thunderbolt, Thunder, Shadow Ball, Hyper Beam, Echoed Voice, Shadow Claw, Payback, U-Turn for Switch Initiative, also gets Dark Pulses and TMs. So yeah, I mean, Alolan Persian, it's not got the best stat total, obviously, 440 is really low, but Fur Coat is really nice if you're running a more bulky set, and then obviously Technician is super clutch as well, because base under 60 power, you know, he's got quite a few moves like that. I mean, Bite will get pushed up, Feint Attack will get pushed up, Assurance will get pushed up, Feint will get pushed up, and so will like Fake Out and stuff like that. So, you know, it is nice to have Technician. It's really good in the competitive team, but that is Alolan Persian. Anyway, next we have Alolan Muk, who is a dual typing of Poison and Dark with the ability Gluttony, Poison Touch, and Power of Alchemy. Poison Touch, obviously a very nice ability. It may poison the target when a Pokemon makes contact, so that's obviously really, really nice. Also, Power of Alchemy. The Pokemon copies the ability of a defeated ally, so this is unique to Alolan Muk and Alolan Grimer as the hidden ability, but that can be really really handy, especially if they've got like Levitate or something, because obviously being a dual typing of Poison and Dark, Alolan Muk is weak to ground. It is its only weakness, so if you can somehow copy Levitate, you'll be laughing really, because then you'll have no weaknesses. But this Pokemon, like I said, is weak to ground, but it does resist Grass, Poison, Dark, Ghost, and is immune to Psychic. Stat total of 500. It's very got very nice stats across the board. It's got 105 HP, 105 physical attack, 75 physical defense, 65 special attack, 100 special defense, and 50 speed. So a very bulky Pokemon, like we already know Muk is. But Alolan Muk is really nice with only one weakness and gets an immunity and resist 4 typings as well. So it evolves at level 38 in Alola. And the moves that this Pokemon learn are Poison Gas, gets Venom Drench, Acid Spray, Poison Fang, Knock Off, Crunch, Gunk Shot. All of these, obviously, when Muk makes contact, can obviously poison if you are running Poison Touch. But I think a lot of people will be running Power of Alchemy just because, you know, I guess used correctly, that can really help Muk out. But through egg moves, this Pokemon gets Assurance, gets Pursuit, which is really nice, gets Shadow Steak. So a bit of priority there. Through TMs, this Pokemon gets Shadow Ball, Brick Break, Sludge Wave, Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, Fire Blast, gets Focus Blast, Explosion if you really need to pull it off, gets Poison Jab, Stone Edge, Rock Slide, Rock Polish if you really want to go there, gets Dark Pulse as well. But obviously this is going to be a primarily physically attacking Pokemon, so 105 base physical attack is obviously very, very nice to have. Next up we have Alolan Rodrigo, who has the, you know, the shiniest locks in all the land. I mean, look at this thing. He's coming. This Pokemon's coming out to impress. You know what I mean? But Alolan Dugtrio is a dual typing of Ground and Steel with the ability Sandveil, Tangling Hair, and Sand Force. Tangling Hair is obviously a unique ability to the Alolan Dugtrio line, and basically when the contact with the Pokemon is made, it lowers the attacker's speed stat. So when something touches this beautiful specimen, they're getting slowed down. Also has Sand Force as the hidden ability, which raises the power of Ground, Rock, and Steel type moves by 30% during a sandstorm. So that's really, really clutch as well in the competitive scene. Being Ground and Steel though is very nice, because obviously Steel is super clutch in the competitive scene. It resists a lot of typings. This Pokemon is only weak to Fire, Water, Fighting, and Ground, whereas it is immune to Electric and Poison, and resists Normal, Flying, Psychic, Bug, 4 times resist Rock, resist Dragon, resist Steel, and also resist Fury. It has a base stat total of 425, a very poor HP stat of 35, but has 100 physical attack, 60 physical defense, 50 special attack, 70 special defense, and 110 speed. So a very fast physically attacking Pokemon, but of course has a pretty poor HP stat. So Focus Sashes are going to be run a lot on this Pokemon. But Sand Force is really cool on this Pokemon. It obviously evolves from level 26 in Alola from Alolan Diglett. The moves that this Pokemon learn through level up gets some pretty cool ones. Gets Night Slash, Tri Attack, Metal Claw, Astonish, Mud Slap, Magnitude, Bulldoze, gets Sucker Punch, Earth Power, Earthquake, Fissure. Through the egg moves, this Pokemon gets a handful of egg moves as well. Gets Ancient Power, Feint Attack, Pursuit again, gets Thrash. So a couple of nice egg moves there. Also gets a couple of nice ones through TMs as well. Gets like Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, Earthquake, Shadow Claw, Bulldoze, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Flash Cannon, Giga Impact. You know, some nice moves there. But no, Alolan Dugtrio, fast, hits hard, pretty cool. Looks beautiful, you know, there's not a bad word you can really say about this Pokemon apart from, you know, it's sort of on the best, you know what I mean. Anyway, next we have Alolan Marowak, who is a dual typing of Fire and Ghost, who has the abilities Curse Body, Lightning Rod, and Rock Head. Lightning Rod obviously draws in electric attacks and raises your special attack by 1 stage. Rock Head reduces recoil on this Pokemon. Both of those abilities are really, really nice because it basically gives you an electric immunity when Alolan Marowak is still alive. Being Fire and Ghost means that he is immune to normal and fighting, and also resists Fire, Grass, Ice, Poison, 4 times resist Bug, also resist Steel and Fury. However, he is weak to Water, Rock, Ghost, Dark, and Ground. Has a stat total of 425, which isn't super high, but obviously, as we all know by now, put a Thick Club on this Pokemon and his attack is doubled to 160, so that is kind of broken. But he has 60 HP, 80 attack, which obviously doubles when you're holding a Thick Club. Has 110 physical defense, 50 special attack, 80 special defense, and 45 speed. So not the fastest Pokemon, but get this thing on a Trick Room team with the Thick Club, and you are literally just laughing. Obviously, evolves from level Cubone at level 28 at night. Alolan Marowak learns some really nice moves through level up. He gets Flame Wheel, Boomerang, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Bone, Stomping Tantrum, Flare Blitz, obviously not taking any recoil if you are running the ability. Gets Egg moves, gets some really nice ones as well. Gets Belly Drum if you can somehow pull that off. Gets Double Kick, Iron Head, Perish Song. So yeah, that's some really cool things. He gets a variety of TMs as well. Gets things like Ice Beam, Blizzard, Smackdown, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Earthquake, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Flame Charge, Focus Blast, False Swipe, Brutal Swing, Will-O-Wisp, which is nice to cripple things with. Gets Stone Edge, gets Swords Dance. If you can pull off a Swords Dance on a Trick Room team with a Thick Club, like, you're literally sweeping anything. It doesn't even matter really, let's be honest. Now people also gets Bulldoze, Rock Slide, and Dark Pulse as well. I'm a big fan of Alolan Marowak. It hits very hard, and it's a shame that I didn't really cover, because I've covered this Pokemon a couple of times. In my fire video, I didn't actually cover the fact that when you give it Thick Club, it turns into an absolute monster, which is why its stat total is pretty low down. But anyway, pretty good Pokemon. Looks amazing as well. I love the look of that club. It just looks incredible. Anyway, next we have Alolan Golem, who is an absolute unit. Look at that power behind him. Pulling in the abilities Magnet Pull, Sturdy, and Galvanize. We've already covered those abilities a few times in the series, so I won't go over them. Because yeah, just check those videos out. But we being a dual typing of Rock and Electric means that he is weak to Water, Grass, Fighting, and 4 times resistant weak to Ground. Does resist normal fire, electric, poison, and 4 times resist flying though. Has a 495 stat total, 80 HP, 120 physical attack, 130 physical defense, 55 special attack, 65 special defense, 45 speed. So not the fastest thing, but very, very nice on the physical side of things. Obviously evolves through trading. Alolan Graveler in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Gets a cool variety of moves through level up. Gets Steamroller, Rock Throw, Smackdown, Thunder Punch, Self-Destruct, gets Stealth Rock, Rock Blast, Discharge, Explosion, Double Edge, Stone Edge, Heavy Slam, gets some really cool egg moves as well, gets things like Magnet Rise. Magnet Rise is super clutch because obviously this Pokemon is 4 times weak to Ground, so if you can pull off a Magnet Rise, that takes a huge weakness out of Alolan Golem, which is obviously very nice. It also gets Counter and Curse and Wide Guard. Gets a big variety of TMs as well, gets Thunderbolt, Thunder, Brick Break, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Focus Blast, Brutal Swing, Explosion, Stone Edge, Volt Switch. Volt Switch is clutch for Switch Initiative. I know it might not do much. I know it might not do much damage, but getting Switch Initiative, it can always really turn the tide in battle. So you know, getting Switch Initiative on as many Pokemon as you can is always really useful. Also gets Wild Charge as well, which is obviously going to be a super powerful attack. Super powerful attack, people. But that is Alolan Golem. Big fan of him. Nice, powerful monster. You know, he's definitely having a good time out there. Next, we have Alolan Sandslash, who is a dual typing of Ice and Steel with the ability Snow Cloak and Slush Rush. Slush Rush obviously being unique to the Alolan Sandslash line, which boosts the Pokemon speed stat in a Hailstorm. I really love the fact that in Sun and Moon they've really gone out of their way to make so many more Pokemon unique, like by giving them unique moves or abilities, or you know, similar to that. It's just really nice to see. It shows that they're really, like, you know, putting a lot of thought into this. Being obviously part Steel typing does mean that he resists a lot of typings, but the Ice part doesn't exactly help much. He is 4 times weak to Fire and also 4 times weak to Fighting, which is quite commonly seen in the competitive scene, so that's kind of annoying. But he's also weak to Ground, which is obviously Earthquakes and stuff are also annoying. But hey, this Pokemon's got some resistances, people. Let's give him a chance. He's resistant to Normal, resist Grass, 4 times resist Ice, is immune to Poison, resist Flying, Psychic, Bug, Dragon, and Fury, with a stat total of 450, pulling in 75 HP, 100 physical attack, 120 physical defense, only 25 special attack, but that doesn't really matter. Has 65 special defense and 65 speed, so another physically attacking Pokemon. Obviously the ability isn't the best thing because you're going to have to whack up a snowstorm and everything, but hey, I mean, getting that many resistances is always nice, just to keep away from the 4 times weakness things. It does evolve from Alolan Sandshrew using an Ice Stone in Alola. This Pokemon through level up gets, obviously not many, because obviously when you evolve from a stone you don't learn loads of moves, but he does get Ice Ball, Icicle Crash, and Icicle Spear, Metal Claw, Slash. Some really cool moves there. When you evolve, this Pokemon does get Icicle Spear, so that's some nice priority there. Through egg moves, this Pokemon gets Chip Away, gets counter gets Crush Claw, Icicle Crash again, Icicle Spear, Metal Claw, and Night Slash. So really cool there. It makes up though with its, because it doesn't have the best moves that it learns through level up. It does make that up though with the moves that it gets through TM. It does get things like Earthquake, gets Leech Life for getting recovery. Leech Life is actually so clutch now in this generation since they gave it such a huge boost, and the fact it gives you HP back, it's really clutch. And Pokemon getting this, you know, they're quite lucky to get it. But it also gets Aerial Ace, Focus Blast, Shadow Claw, Swords Dance, Aurora Veil, gets Frost Breath, Rock Slide, X Scissor, Poison Jab as well. So that's where all the typing comes in. So that's really cool. Can get Earthquake for those fire type attacks and stuff. So yeah, to take them out of the way, you know, because it's not a great time for Alolan Sandslash getting hit by a fire type move. Anyway, moving on, next we have Alolan Ninetails, who I'm a big fan of. I think it looks absolutely beautiful, people, and it just looks, you know, gorgeous. You know, really does. Does have the ability Snow Cloak and Snow Warning, and is a dual typing of Ice and Fairy. Being that typing means that it's weak to fire, poison, rock, and 4 times weak to steel. So bullet punches are really not going to be Alolan Ninetails' favorite thing to do. It is, however, resistant to ice, bug, dark, and is immune to dragon thanks to the fairy typing. Does have a big stat total of 505, which is really cool. Has 73 HP, 67 attack, 75 physical defense, 81 special attack, 100 special defense, and 109 speed. So very fast, relatively bulky Pokemon that can hit alright on the special side of things. Obviously, it does evolve from an Ice Stone in Alola. And because it does evolve through an Ice Stone, like we already said, Elemental Stone, Evolution Stones do lack your ability to learn quite a few moves. But it does get Dazzling Gleam, Ice Beam, Ice Shard, Imprison, Nasty Plot, and Safeguard, and then Dazzling Gleam when you level it up and evolve it. But through Egg moves, it gets some already pretty cool moves. It gets Extra Sensory, gets Hypnosis, gets Moonblast, which is a very nice move for this Pokemon because obviously it's stab and it hits very hard. One of the most powerful Fairy type moves out there. Doesn't have the most TM moves that it can learn, but it does get Psyshock, gets Ice Beam, Blizzard, Aurora Veil, and Dark Pulse and Dazzling Gleam. That's not really, it doesn't have the widest variety of moves of this Pokemon, but hey, when you look that stunning and that gorgeous, hey, you can have a day off on the move front, you know what I mean? But that is Alolan Ninetails. Last but not least, we have Alolan Executor, who is a dual typing of Grass and Dragon, the tallest Pokemon in all of the land. Being Grass and Dragon means that it's 4 times weak to Ice, it's weak to Poison, Flying, Bug, Dragon, and Fairy, so quite a few weaknesses there, and it, however, does resist Water by 4 times, Electric by 4 times, Grass by 4 times, and also resists ground. Do have a big stat total of 530, HP of 95, 105 physical attack, 85 physical defense, 125 special attack, 75 special defense, and 45 speed. Does have the abilities Frisk and Harvest as well. Harvest very nice for getting that HP back with those good old citrus berries, and it does evolve again through use of a Leaf Stone in Alola. And like I said, because it evolves through a Leaf Stone, it doesn't get the most moves, but it does still get quite a few when you actually level this Pokemon up, which we don't actually see that often when you do evolve a Pokemon through a Evolution Stone. But it does get Dragon Hammer, Hypnosis, Seed Bomb, Psyshock, Egg Bomb, Wood Hammer, and Leaf Storm. So really cool moves there. Also gets Dragon Hammer from when it evolves. Egg moves, nice variety of egg moves as well. Gets Ancient Power, gets Giga Drain for that HP back, gets Leaf Storm, Moonlight for some nice comfortable HP recovery. Also gets Synthesis as well, whichever you want to go with. Gets Draco Meteor through a move tutor. Gets through TMs, gets Psyshock, gets Solar Beam, Earthquake, Psychic, Brick Break, Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, Energy Ball, Brutal Swing, even gets Explosion, people. Your trees are going to be exploding if you don't watch it. You get Bulldoze, Dragon Tail, Infestation, Grass Knot. So a really nice variety of moves for this Pokemon, and it does have a really cool stat total as well. And then when you pair that with the ability of Harvest, getting those citrus berries back, and then of course with the addition of getting like Synthesis and Moonlight and stuff with that reliable recovery, always very nice. But that is it for all of the Alolan Pokemon in Pokemon Sun and Moon. There are quite a lot, so this video is relatively long, sorry about that, but hey, we had to get through them all. Who I think the best is, I'm going to personally go with Alolan Marowak, just because when its attack gets doubled through Fit Club, you know what I mean, it gets and then it doesn't take recoil from like Flare Blitz. That's doing a lot of damage, you know what I mean. It doesn't have loads of weaknesses as well, but it does resist quite a few typings, and the immune to normal and fighting is also very nice. So I'm going to go with Alolan Marowak. Obviously there are a lot of good Alolan Pokemon, like such as Executor and Muk and Raichu, all are very close second, but I personally am going to go with Alolan Marowak. Obviously you may disagree with me, I'm not surprised if you do disagree with me, there are a lot of Pokemon to choose from, so if you do, please leave it in the comment section below what you think is the strongest Alolan Pokemon, and yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But that does wrap up everything for this video, guys, so if you did enjoy, please smash that like button below, I really do appreciate it. And remember to subscribe if you are enjoying the content and you're liking this series, because I am having so much fun doing it right now. I do have a couple other these discussion videos coming onto your screen in a second, so be sure to check them out if you have the time. But that is everything from me, guys. So thanks again for watching. Have a glorious day, and peace.